in Queensland.
Let's move on to Senate reform, because that is what a fixed 4-year term will result in, because you guys will go from fixed 6-year terms to either fixed 8-year terms if it remains half Senate elections if this was to change via a constitutional referendum, or to the full Senate going up every 4 years. Now, they're the two options. Yeah. Do you have a preference between the two, or do you dislike both?
No, they have merits. First of all, fixed terms are a feature of the state parliaments, pretty much all of them. We're pretty used to it in New South Wales, where I'm located. And in the upper house in the New South Wales Parliament, it's an 8-year term when you're elected to the Legislative Council, and half of it is elected each year. So that's one option. The other option is to go, as you said, to fixed 4-year terms, which is what, well, the ACT senators and the Northern Territory senators already have fixed 3-year terms. So it's a bit of a hybrid already.
But which one would you prefer? I mean, given the choice, a binary choice between 8 years, half Senate elections every 4, versus 4 years, full Senate elections but with a halved quota, do you have a preference?
Yeah, I think in principle I prefer the 8-year with 8-year term with half a Senate elected each time.
Why is that?
The reason
I would have thought you'd go the other way.
Well, yeah, for pure self-interest, perhaps I might go the other way because the quota would be lower. But in principle, the Senate is there as a house of review. It's never intended to be just a rubber stamp for the government. It would be a terrible situation.
So better that there's a bit of electoral balance, if you like, from 2 elections in the cycle.
Correct, yes. So if the electorate said, God, I hate this mob, and wants to throw them all out, and the other side gets in and it controls both houses all in the one big election, that wouldn't necessarily be a good thing for democracy either.
OK. So do you think that this is going to be something that will end up going forward, and we'll have a referendum question perhaps at the next election? I mean, Bill Shorten is interested. Malcolm Turnbull has given some rumblings in that direction. So have others. Crossbench support from people like yourself potentially as well?
Yeah, I'm not, you know...
you don't see it as a big issue?
Not a big issue. The thing is that it requires a referendum, and there would have to be a feeling in the community that a change was warranted. You know, I think it's a legitimate argument to be had, but whether or not it'll ever go anywhere is a moot point. Referendums have a habit of failing in Australia, and so, you know, is there going to be another referendum on at the same time on recognition? Are we going to have the plebiscite at the same time on same-sex marriage?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the plebiscite.
All that sort of thing.